everyone, welcome back to another 3 for 3, where I ask 3 questions in 3 minutes. And today we're going to focus on meta skills. I've got with me Carlo, who works in the risk and assurance space. Welcome, Carlo.
Thanks, Matt.
Thank you for being on with us today. And we're going to focus, like I said, on meta skills and how they can apply to our roles, irrespective of whether we're in the change space or in the space that Carlo's in, or any other space, to be honest. So we'll jump straight into it. And first off, Carlo, tell me, what are they? What are meta skills? Why should we start calling them that and stop calling it soft skills?
Cool. First off, I didn't create the term, so I just want to preface that as well. But really, meta skills, if you want to think about them, to put simply, three things. They're fundamental, they're transferable, but they can also be a complementary skill. And to think about it this way, it's fundamental, thinking about what kind of skills you can build on top of, and this makes it fundamental. Complementary, it enhances every other skill that you're trying to do, whether it be technical or more, I guess more on the softer side, which we'll touch on. And transferables, you should be able to apply them on any, as you are alluding to, Theo, in any work that you're doing, any area of work, professional or personal, it should be applicable. And maybe why should we stop calling them soft? It's because they're not, easy to do. They're not necessarily easy to pick up. They are skills or habits like anything else. You lose them if you don't use them. You can learn them if you don't have them. But also the impact should be as important as the technical skills.
Yeah, awesome. That's brilliant. So I guess you kind of touched upon this already, but why should we focus on them? What's really important about them?
Yeah, and the interesting part of this one is we do need to talk about them from why they're important, because they're not graded at your standardized grading system at school or qualifications. There's no qualification for, I guess, purely critical thinking, but if you find people who are good critical thinkers, they'll likely excel in anything that they'll be doing. And we should focus on them because the key points as to the benefits is we are in a very fast changing kind of environment, very dynamic, whether with the people, things outside our control. And if we have a good set of meta skills, it makes us more adaptable. But they're not just adaptable to work, also adaptable to people. Because at the end of the day, a lot of the work that we're doing is going to be people focused, people centric. And if we can connect with different types of people, then the work just kind of flows on.
Awesome. That's a brilliant answer. Thanks for that. And I guess wrapping up to our final question. So how would we apply them? I know for me, it's how would I apply it in change management, but how would you apply it in the risk and assurance space?
Yeah, and this is what I like to think about meta skills is when you start looking into specific use cases. In risk, there's this notion that we're just kind of either a compliance police, you can't do this, you can't do that, or just kind of slowing things down. But if we look at it from a lens of, hey, we want to get you to where you want to go strategically. We just want to make sure that you do it safely. But also, if you think you can maybe go faster or can take more things on, we want to be able to advise you on that. And meta skills come in handy because, end of the day, it's we're advising people. It's not just plugging in some numbers and black and white results and just A to B. It's actually how do we take people on the journey. Every time you have people as your center of your service, the meta skills come into play. Communication, critical thinking, taking people through the journey, being collaborative. All of those things can't come into handy. So there's a matter if I know the legislation like the back of my hand for compliance, I can do assurance to the nth degree. If no one wants to listen, and it's not as valuable. Yeah.
Yep. No, that's completely fair. Thank you for that, Carlo. And thank you everyone for listening. Please do share, follow, and most importantly, engage with this post. Ask any questions. I'm sure Carlo and I will be happy to reply back. Thank you, guys. See you soon.
Awesome.